It was an agréable morning. Non, c'est pas ça. C'était un pleasant morning, in the city of Paris. It had now been 24 days since Damon had arrived in Paris. Paris. Bref, oui, ça faisait maintenant 24 jours, oui, c'est comme ça. And you know, finally, Damon thought maybe he should let his friends and family know. We are now living in a digital world, and unfortunately, sometimes this digital world, I feel, takes over our real world. In a way, we put more emphasis and importance on our digital presence than our actual presence, our actual real life. While I want to reap the benefits of this digital world, c'est mon travail, it's my job, you know, I don't want it to take over my life completely. There are notifications et FaceTime calls, et c'est trop bien, tu vois. It's really nice and convenient, this is modern world, but that doesn't mean that we can't all send a little special something to the people we love, Allons-y. Step 1, find a postcard. Step 2, find a café. Step 3, find the world. Step 4, find the post office. But first step 1, find a postcard. Bonjour.
Merci. Au revoir.
Alright everybody, when you go to a souvenir shop, you're probably just like, let me grab a quick postcard. There is a science to this, and I need you to know, you need to get the pretty ones, the black and whites, the zoom lens, the wide angle of the Eiffel Tower. You have to get those for your family, because your family's probably worried about you gotta show them the good parts of Paris. But for your friends, you gotta send your friends ones like these. What is happening in this picture? So that'll be going to Misako. Step 2, find a café. Step 3, find the world. To my high school friends. Alright, let's just set the facts straight. I've literally missed every single one of your weddings. I've literally missed every single one of your babies being born. Even the ones that were born in high school. I've missed every party, and I've missed every reunion. And I might as well just tell you now, I might be missing our 10-year reunion next year. We'll see. You know what, but even though our lives have gone in completely different directions, and I mean that literally because I am now in Paris, really far east from Indiana, I want y'all to know, to this day, I still tell people about that time Chelsea cleared through her lunch tray on the cafeteria floor and then got into a fight with some girl, or that time Mariah Jackson stood on her chair in the middle of computer science dancing to "You Want It? I Got It," dripping like water, and Mrs. Wengelkowski was like, "Mariah!" Okay, yeah, I gotta calm down in this restaurant. Okay, anyways, I still think about y'all. Later. Step 2, find a café. Step 3, find the world. Mom. You know, Mom, the more I travel and see everyone else's families, I'm like, wow, I lucked out. I looked out in terms of freedom. I looked out in terms of support. Like, you were there even when I wanted to drop out of the honors college to start a YouTube channel with no subscribers. Like, you helped me print out paperwork. And if that doesn't show support, then I don't know what does. So basically, I'm writing this postcard to say thank you for your printer. No, I'm kidding. Thank you for all your support and love. All right, love you. Bye-bye. Step 2, find a café. Step 3, find the world. To my Tinder dates. Look, I'm sorry if I show up to the date and I'm just like, all right, romantically it's gonna be a no. Physically it's gonna be a no. But platonically it could be a yes. I might realize, or you might realize, that maybe we'd just be better friends, or wingmen for that matter. Does that make this date any less worthy? No. To me, no. Secondly, I want to say that of all the dates I've ever been on, only one was really memorably bad. Anyways, can't wait to meet the next person. Who are you? Where are you? Maybe you're here and I just don't know it yet? Step 2, find a café or a park. Step 3, find the world. To Paris. You know what, let me thank Georges Mann, the architect here, first off, for the fact that I can walk down any of these damn streets and feel as though I'm in some sort of movie, like a scene out of a movie. Like a scene out of my movie, actually. Because you know what, Paris makes you realize that life could be beautiful, so why would we accept anything less? Like, things here don't just simply serve the purpose of functionality, they can be made beautiful too. It's not just because a lamppost is a lamppost that it can only serve us light. Like, the lamppost could be beautiful too. Have you ever looked at these metro signs, these big doors? All these things are beautiful. Our lives are made to be curated. Okay. You see what happens when you come to Paris? Paris gets you on your philosophical shit. Like, probably because everyone's required to take philosophy in high school. People in my high school couldn't even spell philosophy. I'm kidding, ça va. Sometimes gotta hit him with a joke sometimes. Step 2, find a café. Step 3, find the world. Dad, I'd love for you to come to see Paris, even though, to be honest, I really don't think you'd like it. But, you know, do we have to really fall in love with every place we visit? I mean, after all, I spent 18 years growing up in Indiana, which would not be somewhere I would choose now. Anyway, look, I know you love hunting, which is also kind of weird because I became a vegetarian. But look, if you do come here, I could at least take you to the Musée de la Chasse et de la Nature, the hunting museum. And I also think that you would really like the wine here, or the fact that everyone appreciates wine here. Look, if you come to Paris, we can drink some Pinot Noir. Wait, what kind of wine do you like again? Anyway, I'll drink some in your honor tonight. Ciao, ciao. Et step 4, hein? Find the post office.
Here's some things you can do with postcards. You can send postcards to yourself as like a diary entry, like, here I am in Rome. What the hell am I doing here? That's right, I found a cheap ticket and thought, you know what, why not? Because this is the life that I have. Here I am with this glass of red wine, and that waiter's kind of cute. I wonder if I should ask him what his favorite pizza place. Is that too cliche? You know, you could just have fun with it. Jo writes them to her niece and nephew. Great idea, by the way, but I have way too many nieces and nephews, so it would take too long. Brianna, Amira, Mason, Grace, Olivia, Joey, Penelope, Ryder, 8. And one more on the way! Congrats! No, I'm just kidding. However, I will say, if you're going to do this, please, please, please take a picture on your phone of what you wrote, because 2 weeks from now when you realize, oh wait, didn't I write a postcard and then it never got delivered? Yeah, you'll want to know what you wrote on it. You know what I also think of? Like, how many misconnections? How many postcards were lost in the mail? The ones that were like, I finally decided I loved you, and now I want to come live with you. And then like it never gets delivered, and then the other person's just like, they never loved me, they never wanted to come live with me, they never even showed me they care. So sad. Oh, and last thing I want to say, look, you gotta be secretive when you're writing your postcards, because the moment you get a postcard and you didn't know you were gonna get it is such a good moment. Like, we all get so much like marketing spam, or like ads, or vote for me for Congress, or hey, do you want to donate to your school that you're still in debt from? When you get this in the mail, I mean, you're like, oh, that's beautiful. Oh, it's probably from Damon, he's in Paris. Oh, let me see what he had to say. Like, but right, you gotta be secretive, because if you're like, hey, Paul, what's your address again? And they're like, why do you need my address? And you're like, oh, just because I forgot it and I needed to come. They're gonna be like, what are you sending me? Come up with an excuse and be like, hey, since I'm not home, could I send something to your address real quick off Amazon so when I'm back I have it? Like, that works. They'll give you their address and you could send your little postcard instead, and then pick up your Amazon mail. I had sent a postcard to my friend Cassie, remember, from Prague? Cassie from Prague, like the stand-up comedian from Prague.
We met up in the cemetery.
And she just sent me this voice note.
It was just a hell of a day. Anyway, I come home and I see your little postcard. It warmed up my day in my frigid little post-Soviet Union heart. 2 more memories to come. Clink, clink, bitch.
I had to play that to show y'all that I'm not no postcard phony. I'm not no postcard fako. My last tip, there are different postcard writing techniques. This is how I used to write my postcards. 1 second. No, this one's pretty. I can't waste that one. Okay. Hey, what's up? How are you? This is an example of how you can be even more extra with your postcards. By the way, the word extra, like, shouldn't we all strive to be extra? Like, whether it's a joke or it's a design, like, it shows you've committed to an idea. Also, y'all ain't never appreciated me. I'll tell you this quick little story. I was in a long-distance relationship for 6 years with a guy here in Paris. I was living in New York and Los Angeles at the time, and a lot of times we wouldn't be with each other for our birthdays, and every single birthday you're like, what can I get them this time? One birthday, he was turning 21, and so I sent him, I didn't tell him I was gonna do this, I sent him 21 postcards to his address in Paris, and each postcard said like a moment that we spent together or something I liked about him. There are so many things you can do with postcards that's not just like, went to the Louvre today, it was fun, send. Like, come on. Leave a comment below if you have any little postcard stories. Very niche of a topic, but I'm curious. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, comment below, subscribe, do all the things that you are supposed to do when you're watching a YouTube video. Thank you for watching, as always. We'll be back next week with another video. And that's all. Bisous. Ciao, ciao. Y'all, I chose the most beautiful French cafes to film this video. The most beautiful ones! I'm gonna link our Shut Up and Go map to Paris down below in the description box. You can use this map when you come to Paris. We have different categories. Shit you gotta do. Cool clubs, vintage looking French cafes. The thing is, when you have a camera, you have to think of your backdrops. So when I was in the vintage cafes, I'm like, okay, I gotta sit here because then I'll get the backdrop. And I'd be like, yeah, for one, can I sit over there? And they'd be like, no, here's fine. And I'm like, no, but over there is better. And they'd be like, no, mais ça passe ici aussi. I'm like, actually, I gotta go. And then I walked out. I was under the pressures of real life, so that didn't happen. Wow. Bootleg ass French window, like, doesn't even open because the sink blocks it.
To the point, several points made, and jokes in between, like, damn, okay. Hallmark, who?